going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Blue Crew? This is Ball Hawk, Fatima, the founder of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody. Woo!
Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you all for tuning in today. Hey, Lions Talk Live, Victory Monday Show Edition, NFC North Show Edition, number one seed in the NFC. That's what we're all talking about today. Hey, we got a lot of things to break on down, but you know what? We got some time because you know what? We don't play for half a month. That's right. The Lions are going to kick on back, probably drink a lot of delicious Mountain Dew at Nico. Eat probably some Circle K endorsed roller grill hot dogs because they're going to be celebrating this week. They're going to rest it on up. They're going to get some guys back, I believe, for next week or next game, the next game, first game for us, whatever you want to say, for the playoffs. We got a whole lot going down, and let me know in the comment section. I want to know, what was your honest score prediction for last night's game before the game? That's one. Give me your score prediction. And then two, did you think the Lions were going to hold them to 10 points or less? Let me know in the comment section because I'm gonna go out there and say, man, I scanned as much as I could to get ready for this morning show. I couldn't find one national pundit that had the Lions giving up less than 20 points. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's out there, but I don't think anybody saw that coming. That defense, give Aaron Glenn a lot of credit. Just the week before, man, everybody was thinking it was the end of the world. You heard everybody across the nation, shaking a fist. Detroit's defense stinks and everything. They can't stop the 49ers. I got so tired of everybody saying they can't stop the 6-win 49ers. Just because you only have 6 wins doesn't mean you don't have talent. Just means you probably are in the wrong side of a lot of bad situations. Whatever it is, the Lions had the magical elixir last night. Yes, give the Minnesota Vikings some credit for overthrows and getting in their own way or whatever, but also don't take any credit away from the Detroit Lions and its defense because they came ready to play. That defense, especially the secondary, as beat up this D is, give a Meek Robertson. Alex Anzalone might be my players of the game on defense. Both of them consistently gave very small, limited windows for Sam Darnold to throw into. And Sam Darnold, I thought at times was starting to look like he saw ghosts coming after him because he was having to throw maybe a little bit before he had to. But also, that's a reflection of consistently sending pressures and getting hits on him. Those hits do add up over time, as you probably all get into. All right, real quick before we get the show rolling and going, if you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, why the heck not, man? This is it. This is the postseason at this point. If you're not in it to win it now, then I'm not sure what you're doing. We need 53 more subs, to get to 12,700. So if you're somebody who hasn't subbed yet, please consider doing so. Also, if you would take a half second of time, it is free of charge. Reach on down, hit that thumbs up button, that like button. As you guys know, it helps everybody on YouTube out exponentially. So if you would be so kind, assist with that, por favor. Last but not least, if you're considering buying or selling property anywhere in the great state of Michigan or continental United States, give me a call or shoot me a text. You now see my number on your screen, 269-998-2384. I have a quick conversation, see what we can do to save you some money, make the process of buying, maybe you want some vacant land for hunting, put up a cabin, maybe you need a new home, maybe you want to sell your home, whatever it is, commercial property, the whole shebang bang. Give me a call, shoot me a text. Use over 30 years of experience in this industry to make sure it's a whole lot easier for you and you get a good price. Who doesn't like getting a good price? All right, with all that out of the way, let's get this show rolling and going, and I'm going to be real honest with you. We're going to do the segment 5 headlines now. I do not have 5 headlines now because you know what? I think most of the national writers pretty much checked out within 30 minutes of the game ending, and I'm okay with it because you know what? We're going to be talking no matter what about a Detroit Lions victory and going into the playoffs. How about if we say it's 3 glorious headlines today? So some of the headlines, I probably could have put 5 in here, but some of them started getting a little repetitive. Lions versus Vikings highlights, I should say. Detroit rides Jahmyr Gibbs to NFC North title, number 1 seed. And let's also be very, very fair to Gibbs and man, no disrespect to Dave Montgomery or anybody else who's a Detroit Lions running back, but Gibbs is rare. I think we can all say that now, watching what he's done for the last, whatever it is, 3 weeks, month or so that Dave Montgomery's been out. He's got speed to burn. He can catch. He's a matchup problem in every facet of the game. This kid, he's a house call waiting to happen if he touches the ball. If you don't get hats on him early, he's going to probably destroy most defenses. And I have to imagine whoever we play in the playoffs are all got eyes. Hey, target number one is going to be containing him, because if you don't, he will destroy you. And what a performance he had yesterday. 4 touchdowns. Bunch on the ground, in the air, too, on a 4th down. Hey, Gambling Man Dan does what Gambling Man Dan Campbell, the Motor City Messiah. Yes, Dan Campbell put him in some good situations, and kudos to him. The Lions, man, you got to think this. They might have been the best team out there to get the number 1 seed, because I don't know if there's anybody who's more deserving on it. You look at when we got our bye and how long in the season we had to go to get another bye. Man, I'm guessing you won't see anybody in Ford Field for a few days. They're all out celebrating, resting, recuperating, doing whatever they have to do, getting treatments, and getting ready to kick back on Sunday or this weekend. I guess you probably want to watch Monday Night Football too, see who you're going to face next in the playoffs. But we'll talk about that a little bit more later on this week. All right, NFL playoff schedule. Detroit Lions have the bye, await NFC divisional foe, mlive.com with this one. And, hey, you guys can spend all week long. We can all spend all week long. Who's the best matchup? Who do you want? Who do you don't want? Whatever you want to say, there's going to be a reason to sit around and watch these games this weekend. Just for selfish reasons, of course. We're going to want to see who makes it out of each game, try to plot our way into the Super Bowl. Let it sink in. Lions win 2 games the rest of this season. They will be in the Super Bowl. Let this also sink in. Every game you're going to play before the Super Bowl is going to be at Ford Field. You saw the factor the Ford Field fanatics made on the game last night. You could see, I know we talked about it all week long leading into this thing, that Sam Darnold was going to be under some duress, making adjustments. I thought Aaron Glenn did a great job with it. We won. We shut them down a lot. Everybody can say he did a great job. But the anticipation, at least for me, and then talking to you guys in the Duke crew, sound like we're all on the same page. We felt like the Lions defense would show one thing when the Vikings broke the huddle. That came to fruition, and then they would shift, make adjustments, and now force Sam Darnold, typically with only 10 seconds left before the play clock went to zeros, they have to make a lot of adjustments. That kept happening. Yes, there were a number of us saying the Vikings probably should have got a few more delay of games, didn't get them, but either way, Ford Field fanatics made a big impact on the game, and I'm going to suspect it's going to be 10 times worse for opposing teams in the playoffs. All right, Lions injury update. Terrion Arnold injury update. Detroit Lions cornerback carted off, ruled out with a foot injury. Jared Ramsey free press with this one. So as of about an hour after the conclusion of the game, this is what's being said for some of the injuries. In regards to Arnold, there are no confirmed things yet with him. They'll know more today, but x-rays were negative. And, quote, Arnold said, quote, I'm playing in Detroit's Lions playoff games. I'm playing in Detroit Lions playoff games. So he's saying he's good to go, ready to go. Yes, he might have some injury, but he's got half a month to rest on up, or 2 weeks, whatever you want to say. So I think based on the fact that he didn't break anything or whatever, I'm guessing he's got a pretty bad ankle sprain. I don't know. I know I talked about it during the live cast yesterday, watching the injury and how it happened, how it pulled. I think he probably pulled and stressed some muscles, some ligaments. So it's just going to come down to the training staff, how ready they can get or how quickly they can get him ready out there. Sorry, guys, I'm pretty tired this morning. But I do think that given his age and everything else, plus the medical advancements that he has available to him with the Lions medical staff, he's probably going to be out there indeed in that playoff game. In addition, defensive tackle Pat O'Connor, calf injury. My guess is if it's just what they listed, it's a calf pull, strain, or whatever, he's going to be totally fine when we play in the playoffs. And Zettler, that's probably the big other question other than Arnold. It's my anticipation he might have pulled a hammy or maybe got a cramp in that leg. Either way, I think he's probably going to be good to go come the first game of the playoffs. So, of course, we'll know more over the next couple days. This is going to lead into a lot of other questions, and we'll get into some of those other questions in regards to injuries, the playoffs, the whole shebang during the main topic of the day, whatever I'm trying to say. But yes, that's it for the 5 headlines. Now, I couldn't really find any more that weren't, like I said, overly redundant. So with all that being said, let's get into the main topic of the day. Main topic of the day, Detroit Lions. Yes, we did it. We are the number 1 seed in the NFC. We are North Division champs. Let this also sink in. We are undefeated in the NFC North. Let this also sink in. Can you remember the last time the Lions actually lost an NFC North game? It's been a minute. They've won, I think it's now 6 straight games against the Minnesota Vikings. I think the last time you lost to somebody was probably the Chicago Bears a season ago. You know, the Green Bay Packers, you've been beating them down pretty well too. The NFC North may indeed be the toughest division in all the NFL. And let this sink in that the Detroit Lions are destroying it this year. Last year, they owned it. You could even make some comments the year before that they owned it and did a pretty good job. Maybe even should have won it. Whatever you can say, the Lions are battle-tested like very few teams in the playoffs. It's almost a weekly occurrence that the Lions are in a must-win game. Game of the week, game of the century, whatever you want to say. They've been through it, and they are as ready as anybody out there. Now, let the speculation begin throughout the entire world here. Where do the Detroit Lions go from here? Who comes back? Well, I think we can all probably agree David Montgomery is probably going to be back in the playoffs. Now that we've got a first round bye, I'm going to go out and say the first game of the playoffs, he's back. I do believe that Carlton Davis III probably will be back for that game too. So, will he be a starter, Carlton Davis III? I don't know. David Montgomery, I don't know about that either. Because you look at Gibbs, how great has he been playing? If there's a better back in the NFL right now, I'm just not sure who it clearly is. There's some comments, you could have Derrick Henry in the conversation or whoever in the conversation. But I don't think you could easily rule out Jahmyr Gibbs by any stretch of the imagination. So do you take reps away from the best back in the NFL if you think Gibbs is the best back in the NFL? Maybe you're probably going to have to rotate him some, which means David Montgomery, Craig Reynolds, or whoever else is going to get some. In regards to the Lions defense and secondary, yes, I do think Carlton Davis is going to be a rotational piece. Meek Robinson, man, he is playing great. Watching him yesterday against perhaps the NFL's top receiver and Justin Jefferson, and did you feel like he was overmatched by any stretch of the imagination? Do you feel like he was in Jefferson's head, in his wallet? Man, Meek, I don't know how you take him out of the position of the outside corner right now because he is playing next level. He is playing, in my opinion, and it's just one game, I get that, but that game last night, he was elite. He was, man, the second coming of Ray Crockett, Deion Sanders, Lem Barney, whoever you want to throw in there, Night Train Lane, he was it. He was destroying people, batting passes, probably should have had a pick, but just slipped through his fingers. He nearly had it. In regards to the offensive line, I do think Zettler was going to be fine. We'll see. Mahogany, it's nice to have him ready. Same with Yodi. So I'm going to guess both guys. If Zettler is at all questionable in the next week or so, you're probably going to see both of them activated on game day. Take somebody else off the list. But what do you feel about the Detroit Lions right now? Do you feel like this really is a season of destiny? A season that we just can't be stopped? Who else returns? We did a report last week about Derek Barnes. I think there's some real opportunity for him to return for the NFC title game. I know he mentioned he wants to come back for the Super Bowl. My thing as a coach, if you haven't played at all this year, I shouldn't say this year, but in basically, 6 months, 4 months, whatever it is, it's been a long time since he's been out. I probably want him back in the NFC title game just to get him some reps, even if it's, just 5-6 snaps on defense and get him ready for the Super Bowl. Same with Aiden Hutchinson. I'm sure we're going to be inundated with Aiden Hutchinson's talk and, speculation. Same with Derek Barnes over the next, 2 weeks leading into this next game. So we can dive into that a little bit more firmly later on. But Duke Crew, what say you? You are celebrating what nobody probably predicted for us at the start of the preseason. How many of us really had 15-2 NFC North champs, number 1 seed? I do think some of us actually thought the Lions could get the number 1 seed, win the North again, but did you really feel like 15-2 was going to happen? When we lost to the Buffalo Bills, and I get it, the Bills destroyed our defense. How big of an impact is Alex Anzalone on that defense? Because they kept trying to go to TJ Hawkinson. TJ Hawkinson looked like he was wearing an Alex Anzalone coat. That guy just was not getting open against him. Anzalone against running backs also did well. What did Buffalo use against us that really destroyed us? It was running backs and tight ends, and we get it. Anzalone, a guy that maybe a year ago everybody was questioning, why did we resign him? He's not that good. Well, clearly the coaches knew something, and they knew something more than the average fan watching. Alex Anzalone might just be a legit, I'm not going to call him an elite linebacker, but he's a dang good one. So, all right, Duke Crew, you heard me ramble about all this. Let's see what you guys have to say. Again, if you got anything in particular you want to talk about this morning, go for it. Throw it in the comments section. Let me know, who do you want to face in the playoffs? I haven't done a deep dive onto who I think would be a better matchup, but I would say if I'm the Minnesota Vikings right now, they've got to be pretty worried about that matchup. Yes, the Rams have beaten them. Yes, the Rams have a real potent passing attack, and I think that's going to cause a lot of teams in the playoffs some issues. They've got some weaknesses. They've got some strength. I could see the Rams winning that game. All right, enough of the jibber jabber. Let's me scroll to the top of the screen. I see there more than 2 comments, maybe more than 10 comments. I'm still scrolling the screen. This is me in the foot race to get to the top of the screen. I'm going for it. Yeah, I'm at the 5. I'm at the 10. I'm in the end zone. There we go. I'm guessing a few comments have been left off here because I see the first one is at 6:45 a.m. Pat, what's he? Hey, Coach Dan Huge win. Woo, woo, woo. Any idea about last night's injuries? One more about the win. Oh, yeah. I'm sure, Pat, you caught it when I gave the injury updates, but it sounds like the Lions probably dodged some bullets with all 3 of them. Of course, we'll know probably more in-depthly today or tomorrow, but I think Terrion Arnold basically, I'm guessing he's going to have a high ankle sprain or something along that line or pulled some ligaments. But again, given his age, given the fact he got 2 weeks, my guess is he's good to go. Let's see, Tori, Silver Surfer, where did you see that his Achilles? MCDC talked after the game that so far everything was negative for breaks and whatever. They could know more today. Yeah, we'll find out more today for sure. Brother Kent, good to see you, my friend. Next man up, back at you. Man Bear, Bucks over Skins, Rams over Vikings, Green Bay over Eagles. All right, I'm going to hold you to it. Let's go with that. France, who has it better than us? Nobody, my friend. Nobody at all. Rob TA says he's playing in the playoffs per the Freep. Yes, he did have a quote. I think I read that off, so we'll see, but I think he will be fine given time. JDC, injury update, Coach. Hopefully you caught it all, JDC. As far as I know right now, there's no real firm information. Arnold says he's going to be good to go. I'm going to go with that. I'm guessing he knows his own body a little bit. Let's see. Sir, I saw Vilder doing his part. He will start opposite of Meek with Branch at the nickel and maybe Stanley and Morris behind them. Might have to sign somebody. We'll see. Yeah, and talking about if there are some injuries for this first playoff game, and say Terrion Arnold can't go. If Emmanuel Mosley isn't out there at that point, you probably just got to write him off. Something's going on there. Detroit D, yeah, I'll go with that. Let's see, Marcus, good morning. King of the North fans, exclamation point. Dan, I heard Calais Campbell could still be released and subject to waivers. Have you heard anything? Thanks and go Lions. I have not heard anything yet. If he does, I'm going to imagine at this point, just, with all the playoff teams, if he gets released, somebody's going to take him just to try to keep him away from other teams. So, if he can somehow find his way here, we'll deal with that when it happens. Brother Ken, Coach Dan, please do a Ric Flair walk when we make it to the Super Bowl. I will do just that. I will throw the Ric Flair wig on, and I'll do a Ric Flair styling and profiling walk. Detroit D, BTA, I'll go with that. Paperbacks fan, greetings, salutations, Duke Crew, great Monday morning. Dragon, yes, you're not the only one. At work on 2 hours sleep, worth it. Super Bowl, no bust, 100%, my friend. Have a few delicious Mountain Dews, help power you through this day. Scott, sports media, doing that all over the Detroit Lions D all week. I think AG used that as fuel, 100%, man. Great call there, Scott. Question mark, I think so. Amik was definitely listening and played with a chip. Freaking love it! Exclamation point. Impressive Lions win. Keep it rolling. You're not wrong, man. The Lions D, we talked about it last week after the 49ers game. A lot of us thought they were kind of playing possum, whatever you want to say, setting up some things. Man, I think we were spot on with that because they came out balling. Marcus, I heard MCDC say TA's x-rays were negative during last night's press conference. He did say that. And again, we'll probably have more firm information on all those guys, some other guys, etc. over the next couple days. JDC getting real in the D. Go Lions. Back at you. Stephanie, good morning, boys. Exclamation points. Did we need that week off? Congrats to Glenn for what he did with the defense. No one thought that was coming. No, everybody thought the Lions would give up, whatever, a 50 burger. You had a lot of Minnesota faithful saying that they were going to score 50 at will on us. And obviously, that didn't happen. Spoken Bones, what do you got? X-ray on Arnold was negative. He's fine. Let's hope so. Let's hope so indeed. Southwest Line, good morning. All defense played its best game of the year. That might be accurate. All the credit to AG and the players. There were no wide open receivers last night, and they made Darnold uncomfortable all night with pressure. Yeah, and it looked a lot like last year's late season playoff push by the Lions. Yes, there were some mistakes in the secondary, but I think we've got overall a lot better players in the secondary than we did a season ago. No disrespect to any of those guys, but these guys I think are just better. Brother Ken, also, when the Lions win the Super Bowl, please do the Ric Flair walk and the elbow drop. I will do all that. I will put it live on stage. I'll elbow drop somebody. Michael, good morning. Coach Dan and the Duke Crew, back at you. Lauren, it's a rough morning with 3 hours of sleep. Man, you're not the only one, man. I was dragging this morning, getting up, trying to get some stuff ready for work, and then also this. And so I know you're also on the short clock, so hopefully you can find a way to power through the day, my friend. Brent, Kings of the North, again, exclamation point. Love it. You got to love it. You got to live it and love it live, my friend. Hetman, the Towel of Destiny, the Tree of Destiny, the Dog of Destiny, but mostly the Team of Destiny. Woo! You are correct about that, Hetman. Good call there. Steve, good morning, Brother Dan, and all my Duke Crew friends and family. Congratulations to the Kings of the North. That was a great regular season. Woo! Yeah, I mean, it's going to be real hard. It's going to be super hard, and we all get it, man. To repeat this in the future, whew. But you know what? The standard's been set. Can you one-up this a year from now? We'll deal with that then. So was there at Torrey Apple, sorry. That's just what I saw. He was holding his leg and he got shot. I believe Taryn might miss also the next season. This will affect the draft and free agency. We'll see, man. But at least right now, you got MCDC saying the test or the x-rays were negative. Arnold saying he's going to play. So we'll wait and see. Spoken Bones, what do you got? A bunch of Northern Savages. I see what you did there. Michael, Victory Monday, Super Bowl, exclamation points. I concur. See, Susan Scott, Coach Dan, a big thank you to you. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you for that. Putting all those hours of broadcasting yesterday and then today again, you helped make this season great for a lot of us. Hey, no worries, man. I think we all enjoy it. We all enjoy the channel. Obviously, we all enjoy the Lions, so just embrace it all together, man. It really is like a family community in here. JDC, Tree of Destiny, 100%. Brother Ken, shout out to the Lions secondary. You're not wrong there, man. They played phenomenal. I know we talked about it all last week. Sounds like most of us agreed. At this point, the strength of the Lions defense is that secondary. You could probably argue now maybe the linebackers, are extension of that secondary because of how Alex Anzalone is used in coverage. And man, what a difference that makes. There was just nobody open. They were blanketing all over the place. Let's see, Marcus, never had so much energy after a night game. Woo! By week, 100%. We're going to be resting, and I don't know who you want to play. We'll talk about that next week or during this week, I guess. Who's the more ideal matchup to come to Ford Field? Hatman, I see blue hair in the future for Hatman and his better half. There you go. Moonscar, good morning, Duke Crew, late night survivors, 100%, my friend. Good to see you. Hopefully it's time to rise and shine today. Dennis, good morning, Dan, Duke Crew. We Kings of the North. Yes, we are. We are the Kings of the North. You know what? Just because I put this thing up and made this thing yesterday. Hey, there you go. Kings of the North. All right. Let's see. Where are we going? All right. Rob, x-rays negative for TA. Yes, they were. Brother Ken, shout out to the Lions D-line. No, man. A bunch of no-name guys for the most part, and they're playing great. They did a great job yesterday. Dave, hey, everyone, hit that like and subscribe buttons. Help the Duke Crew out. Yeah, 100%. I can't see on my screen. I can tell you there's a little over 600 people watching from all platforms. I can't tell you what the likes are. They just don't show them here. So if you guys can, hit the subscribe, hit the like button. That all helps. Marcus, $3 million all for nothing. Woo! Yeah, it was very kind of the Minnesota Vikings to donate that money to the Detroit Lions and the city of Detroit. Remember how y'all do in your fantasy teams? I stopped actually, man, I stopped even paying attention probably like 2 months ago. Unfortunately, I just don't have, I guess, pay enough attention span for it. I got the championship last night. Congrats, man. Yes, exclamation point. Laughing out loud. I'd say go Lions when I'm saying rest Lions. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Rest, go and rest Lions. Trumps. Woo! Michael. Woo! All right, the Southwest Line. There is an element of luck to winning a Super Bowl. What the Lions have overcome to get to at this point is remarkable. Flat out, couldn't say it any better if I tried there, Southwest. You've had every challenge fall before you that you could. I mean, the fact that the NFL kind of jobbed you a little bit by having you play on the West Coast on a Monday night game, and you got to come around and play Sunday in perhaps the biggest game of the year in the NFL. I mean, just there's a lot of layers to it with all the injuries, the fines, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to spend all week on that, but you're not wrong. We overcame all those challenges. JDC, Lions football, I'll go with that. Drake, woo! Give me one, coach. You want one? I'll give you one. What the heck? I'm in a giving mood this morning. 1, 2, and a 3. And will you go? Brother Ken, shout out to Coach Dan for all his hard work, dedication, and tireless work ethic. Hey, man, it's my oldest sister, so most of you know, but I'm like the youngest of a gajillion kids. My oldest sister, Teresa, she said it's the whatever she said, just the work ethic of our parents because they were born in the 1920s or my mom in the 30s, and just a different world back then, I guess. So they beat that into me. Legally beat me into that. Anyways, thank you for that, Brother Ken. Michael, I got your head cold, coach. Hey, thanks. No worries, man. Caring is sharing, right? Wayne, Alex makes that defense so much better. Question mark. Did you foresee this, Dano? I mean, I'll put it this way. There's was it the old saying, you don't know what you got until it's gone? But look at the difference in that Lions D once he's out of there. There was a time, and it wasn't that long ago, where there were a lot of Lions fans that didn't like the guy. We need to sign somebody better than him. Why are we re-signing him to a contract extension, etc.? I think now we got our answer, and nobody should ever doubt the front office again. When they say somebody it needs to be re-signed here, we should all just say yes, get that person back. All right, I'll go with that, Wayne. Androids fan. That was a chess game with two grandmasters coaching staffs. Lions made all the right moves in the second half, and because we got Thor back. Yeah, 100% of all of that. Thor or Alex Anzalone, man, I mean, he has fresh legs and everything. While the forearm break, set him back in some ways, it didn't slow down his cardio or his ability to stay in shape in those regards. And you could see he was just making life tough on so many different aspects of the Vikings offense. Sam Darnold, hey, give credit to a lot of different guys for getting his face, getting hats on him and stuff. But he had to keep getting rid of that ball. And the Lions were aggressive at the line of scrimmage. It wasn't just Alex Anzalone. It was, the entire secondary covering. They were up in people's faces, I'd say 70 to 80% of the time, and you're going to have to earn getting by them. I loved it myself. Marcus, these fake pundits are switching sides so quick. Go Lions. Yeah, they're going to ride the momentum train, whatever you want to say. So I think you're spot on with that, Marcus. Miles, woo, baby. What a game. Yes, it was. Papa, it was a great day to be a fan of the Lions. 100%. I couldn't agree more. Southwest Lion, MCDC is the definitely coach of the year. If he's not, I don't know who else would be because, Kevin O'Connell, don't take anything away from the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, he's done a great job there. But MCDC, man, you've set so many records with this franchise. You've changed the narrative. You've overcome all the obstacles with the injury bug this year, and you're still the number one seed in the NFC. And probably really realistically, the last month, nobody saw that coming. Trump's where is Broski gone? Question mark. Where could he be? He ain't in here. That's all I know. Hatman, we have the best two coach stands in the world. Woo! I'll go with that. And thanks for that, Hatman. Michael, dude, I can't stand the NBC pundits last night. I have the game on and listen to the coach instead. Hey, I hope I did a good job. I know I had some issues in the first quarter, the first few minutes with some loading streams, but it sounds like that was a problem throughout most of the nation. There was a story, and maybe I should have put it in the 5 headlines down. There were a ton of different streamers experiencing issues because of all the people trying to watch the game. I'll be interested to see when the final numbers are released either later today or tomorrow, just how many millions of people across the planet were watching that game. Voltron Force, undefeated NFC North season, exclamation point. How about that? Nobody probably saw that coming. Marcus, we run the North? We are running the North indeed. 2 straight seasons. Wayne, woo, 64 years old. I've watched and waited. It's happening. Oh, yeah, it's happening. Yes, it is happening, my friend. Trump's Chris Collinsworth is a real douchebag, and probably a lot of people would agree. JDC, Michael, yeah, thumbs up. There you go. So small. I think we are getting everyone back on defense other than McNeil and Rodrigo. That might be 100% true. I mean, I get Davenport's not coming back. At least I would think not. We haven't heard anything about him. But I get your point. We're getting probably most people back. Rob, smash that button for Coach Dan the Man. Thank you. Smash it for the Duke crew. Hey, that also helps us out. Brother Ken, shout out to Dan Orlowski for keeping the faith on ESPN. Hey, he's a former Lion, and he is proud of it, too. Let's see, Michael. Brumsky ain't here. You're not wrong there. It's Chris. Good morning, Duke crew. Woo! Exclamation point. What a great birthday gift last night. Hey, happy birthday, my friend. I wonder how those Vike fans feel after saying they put 50 on us. Let's go, Lions. Super Bowl bound. Woo! Yeah, I'd say they're going to need to find their offense, and we may see them again. They win in L.A., we may get them back in the NFC title game, if not sooner. All right, cool. I am pumped. Go Lions. Woo! All right. We'll see Pat. 55 people watching, 11 likes. Come on, man. Yeah, I can't see on my side, so I'm going to trust you guys what the likes are. JDC Puff. Woo! Coffee and Lions Talk Live. Award-winning combination, as always. Steve, looks like a little deja vu for Minnesota. They lost the Rams following their loss early in the season, and now they have to go on play the Rams again. Talk about history repeating itself. Man, you know what, Steve? I didn't even think about that, but you are correct. They played us. They were all beat up, went there, got beaten down. Could it be Stafford and the Rams beat them again? We'll find out. Michael, get some respect at the office today. Enjoy the respect, sir. Man Bear, that Truff FEL 4L is a complete turd. Okay, this troll has no life. All right, I'll go with that. I must miss something. What a fool. What a fool. They're all sorts of fools. Let's see. I pity the fool. How about that, Man Bear? I pity the fool. JP, woo! Lions are the regular season NFC champs. Yes, they are. Derek, good morning, coach and crew. Minnesota will suffer the Lions hangover curse and lose to the Rams. Man, I didn't even think about that before you guys brought it up just a minute ago. Marcus, remember when some Lions fans wanted to sign Jadarius Sneed? AR was like, Jadarius who? Yeah, 100%, 100%. Hookadoo, good morning, Duke crew. What an impressive win. Oh, yeah, you're not wrong there. It's going to be fun listening to some of the national pundits at the gym this morning. Let's see, Aaron C. decided to go to the game last minute. Took forever to go to sleep last night. Woke up early. The adrenaline is still there. First number one seed ever, 100%, my friend. And hopefully you got some, or you find some way to get some good sleep today. Jerome, good morning, coach, and my Duke crew family. We're making history. Let's take over New Orleans. That's the goal, to get to New Orleans, and I think we'll be there in about 3 weeks. Southwest Line, the great thing about the number one seed is not just a badly needed bye, chance for guys to heal up mentally. They just need to recharge their batteries and realize this is just the beginning. Super Bowl is the goal. I like it. I like it indeed. Alrighty, 2 worries. Terry Arnold, Kevin Zettler, Pat O'Connor, injuries, and how soon we can see Dave Montgomery, Rakestraw, Davis, and Hutchinson. We'll find out. We'll get a whole lot more information regarding all of them, I'm guessing, over the next 7 days. Benjamin, 'tis a beautiful 25 degrees here in Arkansas, but all is well. Thank you, Lions, for winning biggest game since 57. I listened to that one on the radio from Royal Oak, WJR, I believe was the station. Hey, you probably found it there. I'm not sure all the radio stations that cover it. Kurt Steele, what up, though? What up to you, Man of Steel? Man Bear, head up, Steel. Rob, what up, though, Man of Steel? Hatman, what up, though, Kurt? Southwest Line, Kurt Steele. Hi, Kurt. It was great seeing Hutchinson on the sideline last night. Yeah, and no, when he was walking around, there wasn't any kind of limp, anything hinting towards any issues. I think his goal for the NFC title game is starting to look pretty legit. We'll find out. I've been wrong before, but watch him walk around yesterday. Plus, the players all want that game. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We're going to be talking about that probably all this week and next week. Derek, now that was a defense. Can I get a woo? Amen. You want a woo? Let's hand them out today. We're wooing it up in here. Hookadoo, good morning, Kurt. Go Lions. Mark GT. What do you to Fat Nose and Neck Wrong and all the professional pundits who picked Minnesota. Yes, have some eggs this morning. All right, I'm down with that. Brother Ken, what up, Kurt and Moonscar? All right. Trump's AA return was huge. You're spot on with that, man. Spot on. Dale, Lions King of the North. Woo! Waiting for 55 years for this. Ever since I was 5, I loved football. Now time for the beat down and then go on to the big game. All right, let's get there, my friend. Marcus, are there any updates on Zeller? It looked like a hammy. Probably was a hammy. It could have been a cramp, I guess. But he's got 2 weeks to rest it up. My guess, given his position, he should probably be okay, but they might not be using him on pulls next game. JDC Benjamin Brewer, you win. It's 19 here in the Yoop. Hey, enjoy it while you got it, my friend. King Nut, what do you got? Woo! There you go. Kurt Steele, Southwest line. Yes, it was. Southwest line. Without the pressure on Darnold, he would have completed more than of his throws. Correct with that. That pressure was the difference. It was indeed. And you know what? We'll see who we get next to pressure. 9 drinks. Woo! This is huge. It was indeed. Kurt Steele, good morning, everyone. Back at you, Kurt. Stephanie, who will be back if anyone else come our first game of the playoffs? I think Carlton Davis will be back, or at least he's got a real good chance to be back for that. David Montgomery would also be, someone I would list as probably coming back. Could Rakestraw or somebody else? Yes, but we'll have to wait and see. Chris Hill, Lions put that BTA last night. Yes, they did. They got it. Trump's pretty cold in Motown. Hey, it's warm in Ford Field. How about that? Silver, congrats to the Detroit Lions and to Dan Campbell. Now, Coach, as you know, I got to criticize. Campbell told O'Connell, see you in a couple weeks. That disrespect Rams and out next opponent. That's just coach speak. I think every coach gets that. You don't want to say, hey, we're not going to see you. You try to say something positive or whatever to somebody, especially when you lose a big game like that. I don't think he meant anything by it other than just, the consistent coach chatter, I guess you could say. Dale, greetings and salutations. Dan the Duke Crew, Kurt and Moonscar, back at you. Moonscar, Hawkinson in 10 games he played, Darnold threw 7 of his 12 interceptions. Hawkins had 2 touchdowns this year. Goose egg. Thanks for the 3rd round pick, Vikings. So I'll just put it this way, Moonscar. When he was traded, I did a video, and I remember talking to Micro Mike about it when I did it, and he was like, hey, wait until put it up or whatever, so because everybody's going to copy it, I think is what Micro Mike said. But in my opinion, Hawkinson, still watching him, and I didn't really pay attention to his footwork there. I think he leads quarterbacks into a lot of interceptions. Don't hold me to this because I'm going off 2 years of memories, but when the Lions parted ways with him, I want to say Goff had 6 interceptions at that point in that season. 4 of them were on passes to Hawkinson because, in my opinion, when he breaks, he rounds his breaks, which allows DBs to really undercut throws, which leads to a lot of interceptions or busted up passes. And it's what he should be doing. If I want to go this way, I want to go in and with my right foot, I want to plant it in the direction I'm going so I can break hard, firm up the cut, make it a quicker one. Hawkinson, and again, I haven't really watched him since he's been traded. At least in his time in Detroit, he struggled with that. I didn't think he was great in run blocking. So when they moved on from him, it was probably not a happenstance that Goff's interceptions went way down the rest of that season. Just because most of the other people he would throw to just, were better at breaks, and it left less opportunity for our opposing defender to break on a pass. All right, Marcus, what up, Dill Kurt Steele? Let's go, Lions. I'm down with that. Man, Barrett, when your AG is sitting on the bench and not standing on the side, and he's saying, I got this. Yeah, he looked pretty dang confident and assured late in the game. Mike, I'll shout out to everyone who watched the worst with me and the best last night. Respect for Mike Utley. Nothing wrong with that, my friend. Hopefully you have a good celebration today. Trey, woo! I'll go with that. Robert, greetings and salutations. Same to you. Detroit DJ, one pride. Woo! Dennis, good morning. Kurt, Southwest. Jared Goff made 2 really bad errors with those interceptions, but you have to give Minnesota defense some credit for that. Plus, Goff did not check out. He hung in there and made some good throws. Yeah, 100%. At this point in his career, I don't think Goff really gets rattled by any of those things. I get younger in his career, earlier in his career, he probably did, but at this point, I think he's evolved beyond that. Trump, hit that like. Yes, if you would, hit the like and hit the subscribe. Paul, let's go. Woo! Back at you. Mike K. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Let's see, Chris, I wonder if anyone got video of Brad going wild again. We'll probably find out later today if there is such a video. Derek Gibbs came through for me on my bet of 2+ TDs. A round of the House of Dues are on me. Hey, thank you for all the free do. I'll take it. And congrats, Derek, by the way. Robert, woo! Silver. Good morning, Mr. Steele. David, whose house? Lions house. Great win. Yes, it was. Pat, so what do you think we play in 2 weeks, Coach Dan? Oh yeah, who do I think will play? Boy, I'll save that for another video because we're gonna have a whole lot of stuff over the next 14 days. Let's see, JK bye-week time. We needed this. Woo! Yeah, I think it's great for us. 100% there. Rocky, good morning, all. Can we rest the weary and heal up the injured, but don't turn it off? Keep it going. 100%. That'll be the big thing. Keep this going into that next game. Dunkong, Super Bowl or bust, exclamation points. What a victory. Champs, baby. Here's we're the champs. We are the champions again, my friend. Jerry, I want the Bucks revenge game. What y'all think? Hey, I would take it. I mean, whoever you face at this point, there's a reason why they make it to that game. They're good. They've got something on offense. They got something on defense. They got a quarterback. There's not going to be any gimmies at this point. So see what we get, and if we can get the Bucks, it's probably as sound a matchup as anything I could think of out there. Brother Ken, Ford Field, welcome to the jungle. I like it. Keith, greetings, sanitation, everyone. Back at you. David Miller, haven't seen you in a minute, man. Good to see you. I am off the grid in Costa Rica and thought I would miss the game. Found the one spot in the town with Wi-Fi. I watched the game sitting in the rainforest. Woo! First place feels so good. Man, that sounds awesome, David. And hey, hopefully having a good time down there, my friend, and enjoying a Lions victory. Rob, they may even eat a Greek pizza from Nicky's. Hey, I like pizza, especially with hot sauce. Let's see, Hookadoo. I was going with a 34-24 Lions. I'm glad we got the win there, Hookadoo. Pat, 34-31 Lions. Awesome. Only 9 points. Great D. Woo! I'll go with that. Pierce, I have one word and one word only this morning. Kneecaps. They were bitten. Yes, they were. Silver Server. I was glad JMO got his 1,001 yards. Did he? I mean, I didn't even think about paying attention to that. I really rooted for him. JMO, the good kid. Yes, he was. And good for him. Trey, Rise and Shine, Duke Crew, a beautiful win for the team. Defense played a great game. Hey, good to see you, my friend. It's been a minute, and you're right. The defense played an outstanding game. JDC, what's written on Lions Talk Live? Woo! Whiteboard, fiddle with that thumb button for Coach Dan, please. And thank you for that. 100%. Hit the subscribe, hit the like button. Dale, I had it 45-17. Vikings shutout in the second half. You were not far off, my friend. Rocky, let's see, Coach Rock. The D was great. Put up one heck of a smoke screen and didn't show Minnesota a thing. No, they kept Darnold. Even when Darnold had time, you could see he had to really scan the field. Justin, Victory Monday? Yes, it is. Ryan, I'm convinced the 49ers game was set up for yesterday. They thought the defense was trash. I guess both the Vikings plans backfired. Yes, it does appear that way. Brent, I had 41-34 Lions. Good call there. Let's see, Hardy. Alex Anthony makes that much of a difference on defense. 100%. Aaron C. I was going with 31-17 Lions. Figured Addison would get a TD and maybe Jefferson. Hey, glad we were able to hold them all in check. Matt, my wife had the Lions defense special teams for a championship fantasy this week. She probably did pretty well. Kurt, what a game called by AG. Yeah, he needs a lot of praise this morning. Phil, good morning. Back at you, Phil. Rob, everyone was saying the Lions would lose if they scored less than 35 points. That's not what happened. No, that defense, man, they were awesome. Hardy, 21-3, second half, 0 TDs. You are correct there. Jerry, Brian, I think you're right. Hookadoo. Morning, Miles Marker, Brett DeWitt. T-Bone Lokes, I expect the Lions to make a statement and win by at least 2 scores and the defense to play better. But, whoa, yeah, you're right, man. Nobody saw that coming, or at least I'm guessing most people didn't. JK, Darnold facial expressions gave it away. All he knew was game was thrown. Geez, Vegas, yeah, he did. Darnold was frustrated and flustered. The Lions got to him early, got to him often, and kept him from ever getting, kind of calmed down. Chris Steele, I thought it was going to be a shootout. I think everybody thought that, man. Burns, before the season, I said Hutch getting hurt week 5, 15-2, 6-0 division, 31-6 in week 18, and signing Smith before trade deadline. Go Lions. Hey, great calls by you. You must clearly have access to the basketball of destiny. Pat, let's give Dan the man a, oh yeah, hey, thanks for that, and give it to everyone in the Duke crew. Southwest line, Lions may have to beat Green Bay and Minnesota one more time. They may indeed. Rob, it's about dang time AG ran blitzes all game. He did, man, and I think you're probably going to see that throughout the playoffs. 9 drinks, 42-24. I'll take that. Silver, thank you, Coach, for keeping many of us company. You are old school, and as far as I am concerned, hey, I'll take that. I love the movie Old School, by the way. 9 drinks. My guy, we got D. Yes, we do. Brother Ken, Southwest line, we kicked their butts before. We'll do it again. Let's see what we can do. JDC Magic 8 Ball says, I haven't been right on a score prediction all year. That's okay. We'll carry you through. Rob, Kurt, yeah, we did. We all did, okay? Kurt Seal, Bynum got put in the blender a few times by Gibbs. Yes, he did. And, man, Gibbs almost busted that one if it wasn't for Bynum having the better angle. Kurt Seal, Rob, for show. Jay-Z, what do you got? I expect a one-score spread in the end. As soon as Minnesota held the first field goal, I started to wonder if they would ever score a touchdown. We missed you, Anzalone. Yes, we did, and glad he's back. Southwest, Rob, I don't know about every time, but the blitz a lot and mixed it up. It was beautiful. At times, we even got pressure with 4. Yeah, we caused a lot of confusion yesterday. Dale Gibbs in the second coming of Sanders. Yeah, he might be the second coming of Sanders. Just imagine Sanders had our offensive line. Yeah, well, we can only imagine at this point. Let's see, JK Banner today, 100%. Dale, Michigan Vikings fans are crying foul and upset at reps for Lions holding defense so much. You know what? Hey, I try to be as neutral as I can be with stuff. I agreed with some of the calls. There was I thought were ticky-tack. There was also ones I thought they just flat out didn't call no matter what. But that's sports in a nutshell. Don, dang, I wish we could get John Kaminsky or Derek Barnes back. I wonder if we can, but that we just haven't heard anything. It feels like forever on Kaminsky. Coach Rock, to all you young guys to all of us young guys over 60, woo! Finally, a first seed and the Super Bowl goes to Detroit. Oh yeah, Kurt Steele, I'll be back. Husband duties. It's trash day. Laughing out loud. Nothing wrong with that. I'd say, Brother Ken. Good morning, Phil. Southwest. Lions are a very likable team. Credit to MCDC, the players, for that. Yeah, they've done a great job constructing this team. 12th man was great last night. You are correct, Coach. Rob, Southwest, they didn't blitz every play, but they showed it. Correct. They caused as much confusion as they could with the Vikings offensive line. Again, I think that was by design, knowing the crowd noise would make it difficult for consistent adjustments. I'm guessing you're going to see that throughout the playoffs at Ford Field. They also didn't start well before the fourth quarter. Okay. JC, Rocky, smile and thumbs up. Brother Ken, good morning, Don. Back at you both. Hookadoo. How long before the Vikings claim we cheated with the black uniforms in the end zone? You know, that's going to be a topic of conversation probably all week. Lauren, good morning. Kurt Steele, back at you both. Let's see, Southwest Line, Rob, best game of AG's career by far. They really mixed it up. They did it. They did a phenomenal job. Big D, what the heck happened? Our defense was balling. Captain Anzalone made a big difference covering their third wide receiver and tight end. Yes, he did. He did a great job. Dreamweaver, Dan Thornton, I think we see Washington next. Vikings, we got to play Philly. That might be true. Washington could be it, 100%. Moonscar, new nickname for a defensive backfield, the Pink Floyd experience. Is anybody out there? Maybe. We'll find out. Ryan, you having to deal with the negative chat last night, plus calling the game. I am glad to see you pull through. Way to go, and thanks for all you do. Yeah, I get it, man. People just sometimes they get anxiety. I get it in big games. A lot of people experience it. The only thing I would say, like I pointed out last night, I try to treat everybody like I would my players. If you can't handle the anxiety here, what are you going to do in that situation is in front of you in life or in a game, whatever. You have to believe your team can do it. You don't point fingers at each other. You don't point it at one team and another. In football, more than any other sport I've ever coached or been a part of, it is such a symbiotic relationship. You've got to get all three phases, plus the coaches, to be on the same page. You start blaming one person for something that goes wrong, now it's just mass hysteria. I don't do it, and I'm hoping, especially last night, since we pulled through and won, let's be honest, last 6 or 7 minutes of the game, we had that thing. They just have to believe in your team and believe in each other. Phil, I heard turf toe for TA, then I heard high ankle sprain. We'll find out probably today or tomorrow. But we'll find out. JK, locker room was lit. I bet it was 100%. Silver Sword Coach, I think you were right about AG playing around with the schemes of the 49ers. Minnesota was a different story. Yeah, and the only way I base it is I try to watch tendencies like any coach does. You watch film, you break down tendencies, you go with what they're showing you and what they're not showing you. And I thought against the 49ers, especially in the first half, they were making zero adjustments pre-snap. So break the huddle. We're showing one thing. We're sticking with that thing. In hindsight, we can all look back and say AG was doing that because he did not want the 49ers, excuse me, not the 49ers, but didn't want the Minnesota Vikings to start thinking about, okay, if they show this, what are they now leading you into? And I think that's just a real good move by AG. He kept them off balance. He kept them guessing. I think he planned the crowd noise like we talked about before in this show and last week. He was factoring in the crowd noise to make it difficult for something you didn't see all week on film, and maybe even going back and say the last few games, then now all of a sudden you're going to have to adjust for something you had no idea coming into the game for. So we'll talk about that later in the week. Andrew, refs called the game in Detroit's favor. I counted 23 times holding should have been called. I agree. I think there was about 47 different times Minnesota wasn't called for holding. Let's see, Matt, will CD3 be ready for the next game we play? I think there's a legitimate shot he can be back, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, everybody heals differently. The goal, I think, when he originally was injured was the NFC title game. But, I mean, really, you're talking a week's difference. My guess is if he's ready to go, he'll be out there, although I do question if he'd be a starter or a backup. Brother Ken, new nickname for the defense, the next man up. Well, that's probably not a bad one. Spoken Bones crying about the refs is so 2007. It's weird for somebody else to cry about it, not the Detroit Lions. Big D, undefeated, exclamation point, 6-0. We run the North. Yes, we do. Southwest Lion, Andrew Zam, we were all times they could have called penalties on Minnesota, probably their offensive line for holding. Yeah, and again, there were some I noticed, but I thought the refs, for the most part, were fairly even keeled with it. I know there was one blow on Goff's head that didn't get called. I mean, but you can pick that apart in every game with officials. Man, anyone else other than CD3 possibly coming back from injury in 2 weeks? David Montgomery would be the one I would think. Maybe there's somebody else, but that's what I would think. You can literally see TA Uncle Twist in the replay. Yeah, his ankle twist in the replay. Yes. Big D, next man up, laughing out loud, love it. I'll go with that. Eric C, Matt Hutch might be back for the NFC North Championship game. Correct. Justin, I was a Minnesota fan. I wouldn't be getting up this morning. No, probably a long day for me. Hookadoo ankle, correct. Andrew, not just playing. It's what I've been hearing all morning from Vikings fans. Gotcha, my friend. Pierce, is Tyrion going to be okay? I think so, but we're going to have to wait and see. Get official word. Mileswire, Grit did it. Yes, it did. Moonscar, does this win cement Dan Campbell over Kevin O'Connell for Coach of the Year? I would think so, but they don't ask me. Pierce, Matt, I believe pregame they said Monty will be back for the divisional. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's because I'm doing the math in my head, so don't hold it to me, folks, but that's about 5 weeks to heal. JK, heal up time is next game, weekend, correct. Hookadoo, Grit always wins. I'll go with that. Vern, Coach, great team win. Our secondary did their thing. Gibbs ran like Barry Sanders. He did, man. He was a problem for them, and I'm going to guess he's going to be a problem for everybody. Let's see, Southwest, if you look at the best cornerbacks, none of them ever let receivers go without at least some contact. Correct, and that's, some of that is schematic. Let's see, Andrew, I can finally say we are the number one seed and never thought I would see the date. Yeah, a lot of people are feeling that way. Silver, man, Coach, now hearing your words, I am getting some hope back for TA. I was sure it was an Achilles tendon injury I saw. Yeah, well, wait and see, but it sounds like if you go by what he's saying and then MCDC, my guess is he's going to be okay. It doesn't mean he's not injured for sure, but they've got, basically 2 weeks to get him ready. Phil, what's the Mosley story, Coach? I'm not going on air with that. Not doing it. At least what I got from people, I just didn't get enough confirmations on it. I think I agree with what they're saying, but I'm not touching it. I think I'm not going there with it. So, all right, Raider, I did. Mark, DC, Coach of the Year, probably. Raider, yes, I did. Eric, I literally made a 15-2 YouTube prediction preseason just to prove my crazy predictions always come true. Ha! Hey, you might want to throw that up there, man. That's a good job there. Hookadoo. In preseason, I was going with 14-3. They would have been good with that. 9 drinks, I did. Justin, Phil Mosley is listed as ill. Correct. Let's see. JP, I knew the team was good, but I now know called 15-2. Congrats to the Lions for such a good season. Phenomenal season. Miles Hardison wearing the Anzalone coat. Hey, he was, man. Anzalone was great out there. Rob, no one thought Minnesota could be number 2 in the division. They thought it would be Green Bay. And Green Bay, I think, has some legit worries. I didn't really pay attention to other football games yesterday. I was just doing other things. But I also know Jordan Love and the Packers didn't play great. And Jordan Love maybe did something to the nerves in his throwing elbow. Trey, Anceloni, and Goff made me eat crow this year a lot. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Hey, I'm glad I'm there with you. I'm glad to eat any crow because of that. Mark Glenn dialed up a scheme he hasn't shown all season. Hey, I think he did a great job with it, Mark. Rob TD for Michigan. I'll go with that. Miles Margaret, laughing out loud. Dre Fitness. JDC, Detroit Lions, Stormfront rolling through Ford Field last night. Lightning, Twin Twisters, devastated the state of Minnesota. Correct with that. Ryan, Kirby Joseph tracking down Akers was a backbreaker for Minnesota. Yeah, because you think about it, he goes in the end zone. They've got some momentum, but the fact that you held them and stopped them from getting points, just awesome. Rob, the naysayers have only one word for the Lions now. Groovy. I'll go with that. Chuck, Tim Patrick did some great blocking. He did, man. He's been a phenomenal pickup. Downfield for Gibbs to come through. Super Bowl. Woo! Yeah, I mean, he had one catch, maybe 2 catches last night, but his presence out there makes a big difference. Miles Meyer, Andrew Wilson, ain't it great? Number 1 seed, 100%. Samuel Scott, Anzalone was the difference maker. He made a huge difference for the defense. Rob, Minnesota could score 50 at will on the Lions. Unfortunately for them, we didn't show up. I'll go with that. Let's see, Moonscar Blade. Vikings fans have been known for nimble. That deep purple haze tends to cloud their perception of reality. I think you're right. 101 dead puppies. Man, talk about somebody I haven't seen in a minute. Good to see you, my friend. Vikings exposed as frauds. Frauds. I'll go with that. Mary Ann, a huge Canadian Lions fan for almost 58 years. Next week, a huge Canadian fan from Amsterdam, Ontario. I remember Barry Sanders when he played, and I will see Gibbs play. I see Barry all over again. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. I think you're spot on with that, Marianne. 100% there. Our Raider TA was walking around and celebrating in the locker room. Yeah, I think the reports were he had a boot on, but he probably got a real good ankle sprain out of it. Henry Moore, good morning, Coach Dan and Duke Crew. What a team, what a game, what a time to be a Lions fan! Exclamation point. This is the best podcast ever. Thanks for that, man. Go Lions, Super Bowl bound. Woo! Concur. Rob, welcome, Mary Ann. Brian, good morning to the fans and champions. Laughing out loud. Vilder actually played pretty good yesterday. Yes, he did, man. And I thought he caused a fumble, but I also, to be fair, understand why they overruled it and said it was an incomplete pass. If he would have got a half step more, it would have been a fumble. Moonscar, did anyone see Tyrion Arnold's Pro Football Focus ranking during the introductions? 117 out of 119. I was like, no way. Hey, I'm glad he played the way he played because I thought he played pretty well yesterday. Miles Margaret, Mary Ann, yay, sister Canada, laughing out loud, one pride worldwide. Yeah, and I've been surprised. We've got people watching the Philippines, Asia, man, we're across the planet. Europe, I can't think of a spot where somebody doesn't watch Lions Talk Live, and when I started this thing, along with you guys, I never would have seen that coming. Rob, too early to call Lions the true North, strong and free. I'll go with that. Phil, no one wants to play the Lions. I hope we see the Bills again. I think we own the Super Bowl. Hookadoo, 102 likes now. Keep them coming. All right, guys, there's only 3 minutes left, so let me kind of go through here, look for some people who haven't been on as much. Greg King, victory. Woo! I'll go with that. Thomas, apologies to AG. Nothing wrong with that. Central Scrutinizer, good to see you. Been a minute. It takes more grit. Woo! All right, Michael. And make the Dog Robinson, man, he played phenomenal, didn't he, last night? Looking for people that haven't been on. EA played entire game with a broken arm and never missed a beat. No, he played phenomenal. True Light, awesome win. Yes, it was. Dimitri, Dan, what up, though? Give me a woo. You want a woo? I'll give you a woo. And there you go. Let's see, JK, Vikes overdose on, they might have done that. Over 3 million? Yeah, 30 million, excuse me. 30 million with that. True Light, Tyrion Arnold seems to be okay. I'm hoping so, man. JDC, coach, the live cast was fine as Frog's hair. I'm down with that. Who doesn't like Frog's hair? Jameer, let's win the Super Bowl. I like the way you're thinking. Speak it into existence. YouTube user, let's keep these coaches. Break out the bank book. Yeah, 100%. Get them paid. Jameer, we always frustrate Justin Jefferson. You're probably a lot of truth there. Good morning from Texas, says Dominic. Good morning to you too, my friend. Keith, good morning, Kings of the North. Love how the Vikings bowed to us in the last 2/3 minutes of the game. Woo! Yeah, and the fact that they were taking knees to run out the clock, good for them, man. Thomas Kurtzio, especially Ryan Clark. Rob JR is the only one going to reach Arkansas. All right. Thomas, Tim Hasselbeck looked like he was sad last night. Clown picked pick against us almost every chance he could. Hey, let him keep picking then. because apparently that works for us. Pierce, did anyone see the skull chants by Vikings fans? I did not. I must have missed them. They said you don't draft a running back 12 in the first round. Yeah, I'm guessing there's a lot of teams changing those thoughts now. 9 Drakes, missed the game last night, slept, and got sent home. So pissed off. Hey, watch the replay, my friend. You can watch the replay. Montgomery, yes. Davis, no Davis. Okay, Thomas. Let's see. Getting back to people. T-Bone looks, I think a healthy D-Money should return on an even split. Probably true. Shonda, Kings of the North, you are not wrong there. Good to see you, my friend. Hey, went to high school with her, by the way. Let's see. Chris Frost. Oh, boy. Broski, I'm not even dealing with you, man. No offense. I'm just going to ban your 29th account there. All right. So, Broski setting a Lions Talk Live record for most banned accounts by one user. Let's see. Jay-Z, elite hard count from golf. Yeah, you're not wrong there. Sealed the game at the end. KOC, tired of playing MCDC's game, but lost. There you go. All right, more people I'm looking for. Motor City Mannix 313. Dan, go Lions. Hey, back at you, my friend. Hope it's a great one. Pierce, and what are the Bears known for? Quote, question mark, ruining QBs. You're pretty spot on there. Chris, I surely enjoyed the game. Sitting on Bravo Beach with Vikings fans, watching them crying in their beers. Hey, give a good pat on the back to them. Stupid old man, but let's see, wasn't that the best? Go defense. The defense was pretty good. Eddie's Fish, I think defense played outstanding last night. We still need to clean up the penalties, but overall great win. 100%. Brother Ken, yes, thank you, Sheila. All right, let's see. CK, go Lions. That was awesome. Yes, it was. Trey, God bless. Go Lions, baby. 100%. 100%. Joe, looks like the Lions took the Vikings to the deep end of the pond. They might have even dropped them off. Let's see, stupid old man. Oh, what do you got? I thought I'd see more of St. Brown. Hey, they were spreading the ball around fairly evenly. Pierce, anyone see everyone else severely dragging? Yes, I am. I can't wait for that morning dew after the gym. True Light, is Terry Arnold injury serious? I don't think so, but we'll find out more in the next 48 hours. Mike 505, good morning, Coach Aaron Glenn for president. Woo! He did a great job, didn't he? Iceman, you called it out, Dan, when you said Glenn needed to blitz more on teams like this, exclamation point. I think he watched your show and took notes. Well, who knows, man, but, some coaching stuff there for sure. Kurt Steele, Pierce Sargent, what up, though? Pierce, Kurt Steele, the only time I hate being on the morning shift at work, but worth it. Hey, I think we're all going to enjoy it today. Phil, Lions are a hot sauce. Who doesn't love hot sauce? Great call there, Phil. Let's see, Kurt. Pierce, I'm running out of fumes, but still running. Hey, get yourself a delicious Mountain Dew from a Circle K near you. Spirit of Detroit podcast. Good to see you, Avery. Do you need a guest or you're good? We only got we're in overtime right now, so we're good right now. So thank you, though. Thank you for that. Let's see. Phil, Gibbs, and JMO can take a hit and they can deliver it a little bit. Joe's, what do you got? Minnesota fans have quickly turned on Sam Darnold. Yes, they did. Sand in his pants, Darnold. Jay-Z, that number 1 seed tastes so good once it hits your lips. Frank's Tanks. There you go. Steve, 34 of 33 was my prediction. Good prediction. Iceman, Alex showed no rust due to his award. No, I thought he would be rusty, but man, good for him, man. Brian, I called it in October. We'd face Washington in the championship game, just like the 90s. Good call there. And then we lost and win the Super Bowl. Go Lions. Let's go get that Super Bowl. Correct about Goff and Hawk. There you go. Phil, the team lifts its weakest link. Team. 100%. It's all about the team. Brian, why do people say doe? Doe is a female deer or money. Just saying. Somebody else will have to look that one up. Let's see. Spirit of Detroit podcast. Go Lions. 100%. Vern, the 46 blitz confused Donald. Might be true there. 100% true. Justin, just fact. Haxon is 0-3 versus Detroit. I did not know that. Thank you for that. Kurt Steele, Spirit of Detroit podcast. AG. What up, Doe? Phil, our offense is the assembly line. Probably true. You going live, Kurt? I think he probably is. Let's see. Miles Barker, Brian, so slang bro rhymes with dough. I'll go with that. Detroit D, it feels good, baby. Enjoy the feeling, my friend. We get to enjoy it for 2 weeks before the next game. All pro teams announced today. They should. And I got to imagine we're going to have a few Lions on it. Kirby should be all pro. I agree with that. 1,000%. Joe, a good name for the defense. Next man. 100%. I like the way you're thinking. Motown Mitch, false starts like crazy last night from the Vikings as well. Yeah, thank the fans and the offense for that. Troy D, and make box JJ up last night. He did a great job. Get on your show, says AG from Spirit of Podcast Detroit. Phil, Gibbs is healthy because of Monty. This is true. Share the workload. Monty back, our 1-2 punch would be devastating. I think it'll be very, very good. Let's see. C North 15-2 champs, 100%. Jason, came down with COVID yesterday. Doesn't matter. Lions win. Superdome bust. Get well, my friend. Detroit D, I love this team. You have to love this team, right? Tyler, Amik Robinson had the best speech after. Incredible game by him. I'm going to have to check it out. I was probably getting ready for sleep. 9 drinks. AG, good to see you from undisclosed location. There you go. Courtesy, will see you guys at 8. All right, we got to get you guys over there. Randy, good morning, Duke. Dan Damas was right. I bet Darnold did cry many times looking at that scoreboard. Go Lions. Woo! One pride. JDC, good to see you, Brandy. Jason Berry, get well soon. Kimosabi, there you go. Ruffs, what do you got? Green Salutations. Thanks for all you do, Coach Dan. Anytime, man. I enjoy it, man. Hopefully you enjoy it as well. It's been awesome following the historic season with you and the Duke crew. Hey, thank you for being a part of the crew. Go Lions. Ben Diesel, talk to your sources and see if there's any chance we could get Calais Campbell now that Miami is out. We'll find out, my friend. He's got to get released, though. So, hey, what's this? Thank you for that, man. I will enjoy a delicious Mountain Dew this morning, and thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. In fact, I'll give you a 1, 2, and a 3. All right, Jason, exactly. But the Tree of Destiny remains healthy. Good, that's good to know. Bo, happy trails, Duke crew. All done and dusted for the regular season. See you tomorrow. We'll see you then. Jason, okay, got that one. Hookadoo. Jason Berry, have to put you on the IR. Let's hope not. JDC, Tree of Destiny rocks, and it rolls. Tyler, not a good game for Goff. Needs to play much better than that. Hopefully he will. Hookadoo, happy trails, Duke crew. One pride, back at you. Miles Margaret, 15-2, North Champs, #1 seed. All right, guys, if there is breaking news later today, I'll get it over to you as quick as possible. The dogs are barking and waiting for some breaking news. So have a great day. Do something kind for somebody you don't know. Go celebrate the Detroit Lions. We'll see you all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, all.
Excuse me, sir, would you... Donations to the Reverend Moon? Jews for Jesus?
Read about Jehovah's Witness? How about Buddhism?
Help charities kids? Oh, yeah. Scientology?
Or nuclear power?